Don't want to stare him into the eyes of impending doom. Rune Eater is going to be bringing out the Faceless Void. We've got a good combo with the Skywrath Mage at least, but the magical damage follow-up with the Chronosphere works out nicely. And I think the Silence is a good tool as well for some nimbleness in team fights with the Faceless Void, because, you know, if there's a hero who has a stun ability to chase, say, Tiny with the Avalanche or the Toss, Skywrath can save you with just the Silence, the Arcane Seal. Is good to keep the Void safe from harm. Do they combo it with something? You know, classic would be Invoker or Sniper.
Faceless Void?
With the Void, yeah. I don't think you would play Sniper necessarily in the mid lane, but Invoker could work. But then there's the Puck, so...
Offlane Sniper with an Axe to be a setup for the Skywrath Mage ulti? Almost.
Something
so Rune Eaters...
different.
They're going for a lane win here. There's no doubt about it. You know, you just want the Faceless Void to have a good time. Faceless Void can be quite hard to deal with in the lane if he's allowed to constantly attack you. And having the Enchantress, she's very annoying. You're probably gonna be focusing yourself on her, and then that allows the Faceless Void to actually go in freely. And if he gets a few bashes, it's quite nice. So I'm liking this. You know, your later stages team fight is very strong, and you have pretty decent lanes. I'm liking the Rune Eater draft for sure.
Yeah, but it's still far from the meme draft that I was kind of hoping from either team. I guess they're just treating this as a regular game of Dota and, you know, $1,000 difference. I guess the money does talk. But with this Pari Parni, they have 7 seconds left of the clock. Spirit Breaker. Okay, so now we're leaving the safe waters and we're bringing in something with a bit of excitement. Spirit Breaker, who is fantastic against the Skywrath Mage, if you don't get silenced, that is. But still doesn't really matter. Spirit Breaker's still going to crush you. He's good at locating the puck. You can't avoid with the phase shift unless you already bang in with the charge. And some damage that goes through the Enchantress as well with the before the Untouchable starts to be a problem. But I like this Spirit Breaker pick.
Yeah, it is pretty nice here for sure. The Bulldoze is quite strong against all of these heroes. I'm gonna say I'm kind of surprised that people haven't been picking a bit more of a Spirit Breaker in the DPC. I'm not sure why the hero is so unfavored, you know, especially with all of these heroes, high damage heroes as used, the Tiny being picked up. I think the hero has really a lot to bring, but people have just been straying away from him, you know, especially when you have a Zeus in the lane. You're just tanky, you're posturing aggressively, and if they try to go for you, the Zeus is going to be destroying them from the side. I just want Pari Parni to ban out the Underlord right now. I think that's going to make your game unplayable if you're the Spirit Breaker, so I would want to see that taken out. Plus, having an aura hero, someone that's gonna build into the Wraith Pact against this AoE damage with Pari Parni is just amazing for Rune Eaters. And of course, he's a great stun for the Skywrath Mage, the Pit of Malice, they draw the Phaetos, and someone just dies.
There's a good option for Pari Parni to kind of mess around with their lanes a little bit here. Swap around the Spirit Breaker from support to core, Zeus from support to core. The Tiny kind of does the same thing as well, but it depends on where the Zeus and the Spirit Breaker are going. Where the Warlock is for sure. I mean, me saying that, then it's like, oh, we have a mid-Warlock with a Midas and an Aghanims, and, you know, stuff like that might happen. And you said the Underlord was a good ban. It will be banned, plus the Mars. It did leave the DK in the pool, which could be a decent pick for Rune Eaters if Cloud wants to play some Dragon Knight. But hey, he's going to go for the Timber Saw, which is pretty good against the Spirit Breaker.
Oh, if there wasn't a Void in the game, I'd want to see a Slark right now. I'd really want to see a Slark on the side of Pari Parni. Come on, guys. You went for a Spirit Breaker. Why not? Get the Slark. You have a Warlock to heal you in the lane. You can actually be quite a nuisance to the Timber Saw.
Give us the Meepo. I mean, this is pretty much the one of the last, maybe not even one of the last games. There is South America that is still playing at the same time. Maybe they might bring out the Meepo, but here's your chance. 2 seconds on the clock. Pari Parni is the random hero.
Templar
it's TA. So the Templar Assassin to go along with things. Zeus Warlock supports, off lane Spirit Breaker. All right. I can go by this.
At least this time around, you won't be seeing some TA traps all around. They're actually gonna be there, but they're gonna put the Tiny in the safe lane. I actually expected the T8 to be there. You know, Strength Hero, obviously, you're going to have the Warlock to heal you, but Tiny deals well with the puck. I guess the T8 does deal well with the puck in the lane as well. So, okay. I'm fine with this. I just don't like it because Tiny from the mid would get the Blink Dagger, and Tiny in the safe lane is probably going to go for the double shard build.
For all of you viewers out there, we might have experienced a bit of a fluctuation in the internet connection there momentarily. We had a bit of a flux on dropped frames, but we seem to be normalized again. Looks like everything is just fine. I mean, I've heard you all the time, Harry. Everybody's heard you. Might be a bit
Okay,
of a...
that's good. Okay, nothing of value was lost.
Nothing with value was lost, especially me talking about the Templar Assassins. So, we are heading into the final game of Eastern European Division 1 Dota. We will not be playing a second round of tiebreakers because Mind Games has already secured a spot. Now, Pari Parni, Rune Eaters. If you're going for standard hero picks, please give us some wild item builds. Just an ask.
I'm just looking at these heroes and I don't see much possibility for wild item picks, you know. They're just not much of it. All of the cores need some core items without which you can't play the game. Can't. I guess the Timber. What did you want to see? A Manta?
All right, okay. Let's go. I would go for a couple of heroes here. So Spirit Breaker. I would potentially just like to see a full mobility build with the classic Echo Sabers with the Shadow Blades. Maybe something like I don't know, Assault Cuirass, or maybe something to really amp up with the TA. On Rune Eater's side, I would love to see like a Manta style on the Timber Saw, maybe classic Kaya Sanj, Kaya Yasha maybe even to give some extra mobility for the Timber Saw, which could be cool. But I guess Puck could go something wild. I mean, you know, we've seen the Witchblades. You can then further build on to what was the brooch again? I can't even remember that item's name at all. I've never actually built it. The Revenant brooch. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
30 seconds until...
You know, now when you were speaking about those items, it kind of felt like my birthdays and Christmases. Like, Mom and Dad, I want this awesome mobile phone, and then I get clothes. You know, so I'm sorry to. At least I get a shirt. You know, I'm thinking the same is gonna happen to you right now. You get all excited for all of these items that you've stated, and you're just gonna be getting the basics.
We're getting at least a minor skirmish. Not too much fighting though. Bounty runes. 2 for Rune Eaters, 3 for Rune Eaters, 4 for Rune Eaters. Go, go, arrow, go, go. Hey! 4-0.
I got scared there for a second that you're gonna start singing the
Go Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, yeah, the Power Rangers intro, but okay, you did stop. You did stop.
Yeah. There's
that's
a way to go for it though. I guess we might save it for later, you know. Go Power Rangers.
Said you were gonna save it for later.
All right. Hayes versus Depressed Kid, TA versus Puck. What do you think about this one?
Well, we all know that the TA is always going to come out on top in terms of CS, especially once refractions start coming out. It's not going to be as bad as in TI3 Grand Finals when then the crushed S4. The matchup has been a bit more evened out. The mid lane has been a bit more evened out, but overall the TA should come out ahead, especially when it comes to farming a little bit later on.
I love how Depressed Kid is playing super aggressive here. Even pulling the second creep wave between the tier 1 and the tier 2 towers here. Just the range creep now onto the tower. Hayes is having some difficulties landing on last hits. TA has the advantage using the denies and the side blades. Both into his advantage. Hayes is still taking a beating here. Uses the phase shift to dodge one right click, but there's still plenty more to give.
In side lanes, usually when you're pulling the wave, it means that you cannot fight. In the mid lane, when that is happening, it means that you're crushing it most of the times. Sometimes, let's say in a Viper versus Ember matchup, you're gonna be seeing the Ember going behind the towers, just pulling the waves away. But
yeah, something that gives you just that comfort zone feeling that you know you can do whatever you want.
So I'm curious to see how this bottom lane is gonna go, because Kyrat Mage needs a lot of experience. and the Timber Saw wants to get all of it for himself. Pretty much you get level 3 and you should be left alone. So that is why I'm not so sure about this Timber pick overall in this lineup, because Rune Eaters, they don't have a classic stun, which means that this Skywrath Mage on Arrow might be needing to build his own Atos.
Maybe. Atos might just be the tool that they need. You know, the lockdown is a bit limited in the team. I wouldn't be too surprised if he actually prioritized it maybe in this game, or it's something that usually comes out from player comfort. Like, is it a regular item that they build? This could be any hero. I'm not just talking about the Skywrath Mage. Or is it the team telling you we need an extra piece of lockdown?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I guess it's more gonna be him wanting it for himself. But top lane, I'm kind of hoping the top lane is going to be a bit more on the kill-heavy side. Bottom lane, you know, with Immersion just having the heals, most likely not going to happen, and everyone having full sticks. But the top lane, you know, the Spirit Breaker and the Zeus can surprise the Faceless Void. On the other hand, the Enchantress can be a very annoying hero in terms of harass. So I'm just hoping that that is where we're going to be seeing our kills, because the bottom lane isn't giving me much hope.
Yeah, Pasha's somewhat soft here in the top lane. At least Zeus is still racking up some heavy mana here. Only has the Chain Lightning and the Heavenly Jump. I think the jump is the biggest tool that they can use in this lane, especially against the Faceless Void. Trying to keep the distance away from him. The movement slow is nice. But for the time being, I feel like this is a pretty calm beginning from both sides. Water Rune battle here with the Puck and the TA, but it's just going to be the classic 1-for-1.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the most dynamic, most aggressive game that I've ever seen.
Oh. So what game do you prefer watching more?
This is the one that I love.
This is the peak. All
This is
right.
the peak.
First charge from Pasha of the game. One bash. 17%,
Go.
baby. Oh, there we have it. Oh, it's going to be enough. They got the first blood onto heaven. Oh, they did get it. They got that one bash that they needed for the kill. So that's going to be first blood for Pari Parni.
Yep, 17%. Never ceases to amaze us, you know. It's always going to work out. Pasha actually hit the creeps 3 times. He didn't get the bash, and then he knew that it has to be coming.
Loading him up. That's all you need. Playing the RNG game. Pasha charging away from the lane, not really actually going anywhere. He's pretty much spent. I think that's the downside of the Spirit Breaker commitment there. He's really got no resources to live with. Munkushi, slow comes out from Arrow. Cloud's gonna be there. He's only level 5 with the Timber, so he's just contesting the hard cap. One of the Wild Wings wanted to throw in a double tornado. Twin tornado.
I think Immersion needed to put more emphasis on bringing sentries onto the bottom lane. Blocking the big camp in a situation where there's a Timbersaw in the Skywrath Mage lane is very important, because, as I mentioned, they're going to be wanting to fight for the experience, literally, between the two of them.
Rotation coming in from the Centaur and into the stun. There we go. The silence is going to be, well, the slows are definitely there. The silence followed up with the last piece. Refraction charges, trying to dodge, trying to fight for as long as possible. But with the sentry on the ground, there's really nothing you can do. No melt will save you here. 2-man support rotation helping Hayes get the first kill in the mid lane.
Now, you know, he was winning a little bit in terms of CS, but then the supports come over, and especially with those early 4 runes being taken, Rune Eaters are winning, and the Puck is actually having more net worth than the TA. So very nicely done by Rune Eaters. They understood when to rotate quite nicely. I don't think as a TA that you want your supports around the mid lane, because they can't really help you much.
Oh, looking for a revenge kill on Kaori. They will get it. Enchantress down, leaving Cloud basically to just solo lane. I think that's one of the strengths for Rune Eaters, is enabling their supports to move around the map now that their Timbersaw can just solo lane, get that solo XP for himself, get those abilities that he really needs to start to be in a nuisance for Pari Parni.
Yeah, but he's getting the Arcane Boots as well. Arcane Boots plus the Soul Ring is gonna mean a lot of spamming coming out of him. And once the Timbersaw gets level 6, that is when he becomes a issue, in a sense that he can kill you. Before it, he's just annoying that you can't kill him. But right now, Munkushi has to be afraid for his own life. Even with the 18 wand charges, you know, at some point you're gonna be forced to use those.
Yep. Can't hold on to them for an eternity. He's now up to 19 stacks. 7 minutes, 3 kills, 2k net worth lead for Rune Eaters. Basically translating from this Timber Saw having a great start. The Spirit Breaker, not exactly the farming hero. So Pari Parni will have to put their emphasis on the tiny and the TA farming. Spirit Breaker is going to have to look through that through kills. And that's something that I kind of like. It's not just down for the Spirit Breaker to make plays, but instead enable your other cores to get big and have that extra damage, so you just provide the lockdown for the team. And that's how he gets his goal.
And I'm liking how Pari Parni are playing. In a sense, they're trying to give the Zeus as much experience as possible. They understand that their lineup is on the damage lacking side until they have more levels. So you want to allow the Zeus to be in the mid lane, but now he came over to die.
Oh, the Zeus is most likely going to be in the graveyard lane at this pace. An Impetus Spear, that's a dodge. And
he's got enough.
Yep, oh, no second chances. Give it to E2000. Drops the chrono on the support Zeus. Like, oh, what the hell? I'm not gonna follow you all day.
Hell yeah. Either way, Pari Parni did manage to slow things down. You know, Rune Eaters would most likely like to have a lot of heroes around the mid lane getting kills, but that is just not going to be happening with the TA being in the woods. I'm surprised though that Heaven rotated towards the top. Yes, your Spirit Breaker was in trouble, but that's going to be the case, you know.
Pasha basically used his charge just to bonk the Faceless Void away. He was charging somewhere else, but I think he just clicked somewhere and actually canceled the charge. It did give a mini stun. But he ends up just going down because they had the Hellbear Smasher chasing him. And meanwhile, Cloud finds a solo kill on Immersion. Rune Eaters up to 4 kills, and Pari Parni in a bit of a difficult pickle. Not a pickle Rick, but a pickle indeed.
Trying to find Munkushi.
Well, they found... No. No, they didn't. Well, we'll take that one back.
I think on the top lane, what Pasha was doing, he was literally, you know, you get someone gets in your face and you punch him with the head, right? Just to assert the dominance. Though Void really wasn't faced with that. He just turned around and
we're going on charge camera. Aww. Shouldn't have said that. Caster cursed again. Doesn't go through. And we got a Warpine Raider. We dubbed this guy with Danog. He's the Mustachio. He's a very elegant pine cone with a very sophisticated mustache and a bit of a goatee as well on his face. So we were happy with the Warpine Raiders wreaking havoc around the map, and now he's scouting. He's doing some good work here. He's fighting against his own tribesmen. Realizes that's probably a mistake, so he's not gonna fight them back. And just instead take a couple hits back, and you know. Brothers fighting against brothers, you know, they usually punch each other in the face and then they suddenly drop the fight. No, he's going back in. He wants revenge. Oh, he got it. Does he get the other one with the help of Kaori? He's low. Should be able to win this fight. Oh, little brother takes down both of them.
I think that's
the hypest fight we've had so far.
This is the classic show that a nice mustache is definitely gonna help you spread the seed around. So just take care of your facial hair, guys. It's gonna be beneficial to you.
All right, well, Cloud. I'm actually talking about that. I'm actually on the process of building a bit of a summer mustachio, but it's a very weak attempt so far. And a better attempt is being seen here as they will take down the Enchantress. The rest of Pari Parni just holding the high ground position after they got the kill, but Cloud is constantly keeping this bottom lane threatened and pushed in. Timber doing Timber things.
Cloud is pushing in the bottom lane. The Enchantress is running into the enemy triangle. Even if the Enchantress dies, there has to be a big committal for Pari Parni, which is allowing Rune Eaters to have all the vision on the map. I'm liking what they're using it for because they can't really use that for kills. They're just using that to keep Pari Parni underfarmed and constantly poking the mid lane tower. Yep. It is when this mid lane tower falls is when you're actually gonna go for action. Until then, you're just gonna continue playing like this.
There's a lot of traffic in the mid lane. We've got 7 players. Keeping an eye open on that mid tower. The press kit gonna get initiated on. Here comes the Chrono with the Mystic Flare. Goodbye refraction charges. Instantly evaporated. The press kit is down. And here comes the Spirit Breaker, and he takes down TA2000. And look at that. Oh, you might have killed our TA, but we're gonna take 3 heroes instantaneously from you.
This is why I liked the approach from Rune Eaters, the earlier one, more, because they were just getting so many things around the map and they weren't allowing Pari Parni to make a play. And now, yes, you did force out the goal and you will probably get the mid lane tower, but you did allow Pari Parni to get themselves a little bit back into it in terms of net worth just because of the big fight.
Yeah. Cloud, however, with the help of with his buddy, the Skywrath from Arrow, able to find himself a kill on the Warlock, and he's now up to 6,700 net worth, currently in the lead with this game.
Pasha got a lot out of that fight, man. He was really having a bad game, and now he's halfway there to the Shadow Blade. That is gonna be a big deal for sure. You know, even though Pari Parni aren't opening up the map, Pasha.
There's a lot of batches coming in there.
Show you how it's done.
Teleport back home, get yourself your full HP, and then move around. This is the scary part. Where does the Spirit Breaker show up next? We've just seen he's disappeared from the top lane. He's targeted Arrow. We have Charge Cam. Charge Cam doesn't go.
He stopped?
He stopped again, man. What is up with this? Like, this is the second time he drops here. Like, this is like a X marks the spot to stop charging.
Yep, that is, you know, I expected Pasha to be more manly there to get into their phase, but...
Bulls of balls, so I guess Pasha would have balls of steel, but no. He just doesn't want to go in. But hey, we got a 3-man smoke. No golem. They have the Warlock to back him up, TA. Tanks the concussive shot. Dodged with the Mel Strike here. He was denying the double damage rune. They are converting it to a push, so this is what Munkushi will do best with this Tiny.
So, can they take the top tower? It's very important for... okay, they will find Kaori. They probably do have the damage for him. Oh, Kaori, he's still surviving.
I mean, we can just watch this Enchantress single-handedly beat a 1 versus 3 by not even lifting a hand. They use a Zeus ulti for this. They're going to use the charge as well, and that's going to do the majority of the damage. And with the Chain Lightning, Zeus is just enough mana to follow it up for the last hit. And, yep, I mean, a kill's a kill. I mean, it was the 3 heroes who want to hunt for kills anyway, so job's done.
This is still how I would like Rune Eaters to play. Constantly just give info for their team with the Enchantress, and now this allows for them to go for the Spirit Breaker. Pasha is pretty much dead.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was expected. You just got yourself a kill, you go back to the lane to find some farm because, hey, I finally got some time, and you're instantly going to get ganked. But Cloud, I think this is the bigger one. If they can set themselves for it, the Pressed Kid is here.
And they get him.
He's got Heaven. Minus armor does help out a bit with that Desolator. Yules did get cancelled as well there, but nothing really comes out of it. Timber just waltzes away.
Mid lane?
Nothing here.
Being annoyed.
Yeah.
Just being annoyed. I'm liking what Kaori is doing. The Rune Eaters aren't able to get too big of a lead. You are playing against the TA, but the TA finally got the Deso, so that damage issues that Pari Parni had, they're not there any longer now. The only thing they need is initiation, and that is gonna be dealt with in 800 gold on Pasha. So once Pasha gets it, finally Pari Parni are gonna have their time. I think with that fight in the mid lane, Rune Eaters gave Pari Parni a bit more. They gave them a fighting chance, which is something that we're hoping for. We don't want the last game of the Division 1 to end in a stomp.
Doesn't look like it's a stump at the moment, at least. Very cautious, very calm game of Dota. I guess this is like the last ranked game of the day, you know. You just want to end your day on a win. You know, you just can't keep on queuing, and yeah, it's this endless torture in the end, but you're looking for that one victory. You know either side's gonna finish off a day with a victory. You would hate to be the team that loses both games, though, because you get a bit of a sour taste. But hey, it is DPC Dota. Like, and in the end, somebody has to lose. That's 100% certainty, even I can say. Hey, Squid Cloud gonna be looking for the support Zeus kill with the help of the coil. That's gonna be an easy one for them to pick up. And the reinforcements, are they gonna be arriving in time? They've got the golem. Mukushi has a decent amount of attack speed to go with, and Depressed Kiss going in with a Mel Strike with the Desolator. There's the Yules to remove the debuffs away. There's the golem gonna be dropped down as well by Immersion. Looking for that, and here comes Pasha. Pasha provides the extra that is needed for this one to get the kill of the Timber Saw.
The big thing when playing against heroes like a Timber Saw, Brood, these heroes that are hard to kill at some points in the game, is recognizing when you can bring them down. And Pari Parni have done a good job at that. They at least didn't get turned around on when they were trying to kill the Timber, even though the first time when they went there, they didn't manage to kill him. At least none of the heroes of Rune Eaters could kill them. So Pari Parni knew they couldn't die. So I'm liking that they managed to bring him down. This Timber Saw, he dies one more, and his game is gonna be in trouble. But we can see Rune Eaters, they're itemizing against the TA. They understand who is gonna be the problem with the disarm. The press kit. It's gonna be very, very hard for him to play this game.
Now we have the Shadow Blade, so that's one piece of the puzzle filled. And oh my god, Pasha! Can you just complete the charge for once? Yeah, I don't guess he doesn't want to charge in the middle of 3 people, but now he's got the Shadow Blade charge. And
He drew the line, but he can't go into the river.
Yeah, he's also he's scared. He's scared as the Spirit Breaker. Like, I don't want to make dumb plays, team. Like, I can make plays, but I don't want to make dumb plays. I don't want you guys blaming me at the end of the day that we lost the game because my Spirit Breaker was 2, 12, and 5. They are hunting for immersion here. They were hunting for a core kill, but instead, the Warlock even gets away. Even the Zeus Courier is being sent into the tree line. Heaven is hiding into the trees as well. Monkushi's in the jungle. They don't see anything on the map. This is a blind map. Look at their vision. Look at their vision on Rune Eaters. Oh, he found the Zeus. Well, I guess you gotta get lucky sometimes. Does he pop the coil for the TP cancel? There we go. And Pasha was charging for a second, but he canceled it right away.
Yep, I guess that's gonna be the name of the game. He drew that line every single time that he sees that the charge will be going over the river. He's gonna be stopping. I guess it's harder to move through water, so it's gonna be slowing you down. Obviously not how Dota works, but we don't know why. Right now, Pari Parni are okay with catching people on the bottom part of the map. The triangle is way too tough for Rune Eaters to invade, just because the Timber wants to be on the bottom lane. So you're waiting for Cloud to step over the line. Let's say go into the go to the outpost, then you can kill him.
Maybe this time it's a bit easier. You wish.
That was obviously not gonna be a kill. Why you stopped my genius rant though? It seems like now they want to go for Cloud. He is deep, but they don't have the charge.
They don't have the charge. Still cool down for another 6 seconds. He's gonna go for the shard at least, so that means a break is applied. Break is good against the Timber. Break is good against the Void. That is something.
The Zeus has a shard, so when it comes to damage output, Heaven will be ripping people apart in these fights. I think the Puck has to recognize this, and Hayes has to get him every single time. This Zeus cannot keep using his spells. If he gets like 2 rounds of spells out with his ulti as well, and doesn't die, Rune Eaters are gonna get destroyed, especially with the Fatal Bonds there.
Man, I mean, when you see the Zeus shard, you're just praying he would go Maelstrom into Mjolnir and just build right-click. Because he literally with every attack he deals, or if he hits with an ability, he does 9% percentage-based damage. So you pump up as much attack speed as possible, and you're always doing 9% percentage-based damage. But why don't we ever see a right-clicker Zeus?
Wait. He has 380 attack range. So if you get a Dragon Lance, will you actually be able to fight?
Dragon Lance, Mjolnir, Butterfly.
And Butterfly is not really that good of an
Okay. You can go for Orchid. Orchid will allow you to go for the solo pickup. So that will help you out of it. And then a Moonshard. Just right-click them down to that.
You need to find the group boy as well, but the press kit has it. Obviously, it should be on the Zeus. I have no idea what this guy is doing.
Yeah, like this is such a weird game. They're just building these weird meta items. Like, why are they looking to approach the game like this? You know, It's
I told you, you're gonna get a shirt. I told you. You didn't believe me. You were still hoping that you were gonna get something fun, but it never goes that way. So stop hoping.
man. I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess I just kind of have to phase out of it. Tiny's at least building a Silver Edge into a BKB. So, you know, the Silver Edge, another break for the team. DD Rune for the puck.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
Nothing happens, at least yet. He's got it up in the bottle. And Zeus is going for Ags, so he's a real party pooper.
Dire's towers are.
Maybe, you know, maybe Rune Eaters and Pari Parni got into a kind of a agreement. Like, okay, they are forcing us to play this game, which, you know, doesn't mean much to us. So let's just make it be like 100 minutes so that everyone gets super bored. But they don't understand that we're actually having a lot of fun watching them just hit creeps and hit roach. This is just one of the funnest games we've seen in the DPC so far, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Dire's bottom tower
In a sense like this. Did you notice something interesting with Roshan? If you target Roshan, every time he gets bashed, his Aegis turns unusable, so it turns kind of gray. So does that mean every time Roshan is bashed, he skips a heartbeat? And then he eventually just drops the heart down.
Dire's bottom tower under
I'm not sure, but I would pretty much say that if your head is getting bashed in,
That
your
was a-
heart will skip a beat.
That was a very... Yeah, I mean, you make good, proper sense there. Even outside video game logic, that is actually really good. But hey, Pasha with the fastest coil snap with the bulldoze, but unfortunately the silence followed up with the Mystic Flare. Ain't really gonna give it much of a fighting chance, so... Rune Eater's gonna find themselves another pick off, and now we're up to 10 kills on their side, and taking down a tier 2 tower in the top lane. That's gonna be the first one of the game. Slowly getting closer to Pari Parni's base, but what are they doing in response? Tiny is also split pushing, glyphing the tower, glyphing the creep wave, and Mokushi has no further information if they're going to be TPing in, so he's just going to back away from that bottom lane.
Pari
No risks
Parni's
taken.
farm is faster, for sure. And that is why they are, even though they are losing, you know, in terms of map control, they're getting more creeps per minute, keeping themselves in the game
Farmers.
in terms of net worth.
Pasha.
The problem is later on in the game, you know, the Faceless Void could be an issue for you. Even though you have this amazing team fight, the Faceless Void should be the strongest carry, at least between like minute 35 and...
Fight. No. No fight. Not yet. Not yet, at least. Oh,
I don't
chrono
know.
opportunity, though. T8000, he's already pre-casting. He's casting and canceling. And he just lost half of his HP. That was one right-click, Zeus, one Chain Lightning, and one right-click coming through. And Void was down to 50% HP.
Yep. The good thing that Rune Eaters did right now is that they forced Pari Parni back. So that, you know, you're very good at farming, but if you don't have the map control necessary to get the creeps, it doesn't really matter how fast you take them down. So I'm trying to see here, Pari Parni, their biggest timing is going to be the second rows. They can't give that one away. But right now, while Rune Eaters have the Aegis, they're probably stronger in a fight.
They're dodging at least really well. I mean, they were farming the mid lane. They were going into the triangle as a group. But hey, they're going to initiate. Jumping on the Faceless Void. Shadow Blade ulti will surprise the Void off guard, but he's still alive, and he's still got the Aegis, and the two-man coil comes out. The Zeus ulti is finally dropped, and the Aegis is going to get blown up, but the Zeus is down. Immersion's going to be following suit as well. That's going to be both supports down from Pari Parni. And a buyback coming in from the Skywrath Mage because he wants a piece of that action as well. Give me that piece of meat. Crest Kit being chased. 3 heroes on his heels. They see the TA. Trying to turn around for some damage, trying to slow them down, but there's really not much you can do. You can try and BKB TP away, but maybe a bash is all they need. They're not going to leave any chances for this TA, and that will be Rune Eaters taking another kill for themselves. Gucci with the TP away. Haze, no coil, no nothing. He's gone.
Dire's middle tower
Mid
is
tower
now
taken.
but a memory.
Yeah, at least something for Pari Parni. Is that finally the cue for them to be aggressive? With the mid lane tower gone, your charges are less or more likely to actually connect. I'm thinking they need to be more active on the map. Pari Parni, if you just continue farming, Rune Eaters will be finding openings over and over again. Panda, why are you drawing there?
Because that's literally the 4th time Pasha has stopped the charge on that same spot. See? He recognizes.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
You know,
He's
it is.
toying with me. I don't like that. Kushi, he feels something's body blocking me from Invis. He's gonna get surprised, or does he surprise the puck instead? Hayes does get himself just enough healing, but the charge for Pasha! That's a successful one. The gem is down to the ground, but it's recovered by Arrow. Pasha, he got the kill of the puck, but he will lose his life in the process.
Kind of the fate of the Spirit Breaker always. You go in, you will not be getting out though. How many points? Okay, he is high level enough to have 4 points in Bulldoze. This is weird that
Level 16.
he got slowed out. There is a Yules on the Timber, yeah, that I forgot about that, you know.
Talking about levels, I mean, Timber is already 21. Like, Cloud has been hitting creeps very actively. If you look at the CS department,
Doesn't have reactive
he's
charges.
almost got as much CS as this Tiny does. Nkushi just hasn't died this game. He's only died once on Cloud, but he's also got a couple kills more. Scan will be used to spot him, but he's already out. I'm really liking Cloud's farm this game. TP out. Nkushi's there to cancel it. Here we go. Yeet. Toss him in the air. Throw the chakram around. Yules. That only lasts for a millisecond until he Timber chains away, and TA2000 was looking for a chrono.
Come on, Pasha, go!
Hey, he's crossed the river. Oh, he canceled again. And into vision.
Not gonna do it again.
Well, he lives. He's baited them in. He's gonna find the Faceless Void, and maybe even a kill here. He does get the jump out from this moment at least, but the chrono is a defensive chrono. He's on the run. Pasha with another charge. Give me the bash. Give me the bash. Give me the bash. Doesn't even need it. It's gonna be heaven to take this one. TA2000 gone. They even kill Kaori with the Enchantress, and Pari Parni, they're fighting back.
The only thing they needed was Pasha to muster up his courage to get over the river, and the second they did it, Heaven just left the game. Okay, just kidding, of course. Hopefully
he
it's just...
came in with the cojones that we were waiting for, and now this Spirit Breaker is really feeling like that space cow we all know.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of a education here. Spirit Breaker says strong as an ox. Do you know what an ox is? Do you know what an ox is?
Isn't an ox like a male bull?
Castrated male bull.
Castrated male bull. Okay, so you're
That's
saying
why.
Spirit
Now it
Breaker
makes
has no
sense.
balls. Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that-
Well, I guess that makes sense why he's stopping that charge on the same spot. I mean, I can't argue. We can leave it there.
You get to learn something something new each day, but yeah, that is the
Thank you for
case,
educating me.
No problem, no problem. Here, anything you wish, you can get the amazing knowledge here, not only from Dota, but you know, from the real world. Hopefully, Heaven does come back here in this game, because it would be really sad if it ended 4 versus 5. But Pari Parni, they finally find a fight. This is the timing of theirs in the game. The only thing though I would like for them to do is to get the top part of the map.
I'll just let you talk. I mean, this is a perfect moment for pause and me get a drink.
Okay, guys. So now you're stuck with me, and I'm gonna be explaining you what's happening in Dota. And sometimes, even though I did get used to solo casting, you know, this kind of feels awkward now with my co-caster gone. But still, hoping that the TA will be getting the top part of the map. They're a TA lineup. The second Roche is very important. With the tier 2 being taken on the top lane, that is gonna make it a little bit easier for Rune Eaters. So to keep that area, I just want to see how successful they are at doing that. I'm just sad here that my co-caster or caster Panda isn't getting all of this education free as you guys are, but hopefully he'll be back soon. There you are, Panda.
I'm pretty sure we would. I mean, you're here to educate the viewers in the end, and as you can see, we're still paused. So this was a perfect moment for even me to get a drink. So all of you should also get that too. Keep yourself hydrated. They're even asking for the goal sign. Are we good to go and continue the game as we're 28 minutes into this one? And here we go again. We get to continue the match between Pari Parni and Rune Eaters. And this is, well, I mean, for somebody who is only just tuning into the stream, welcome. This game is basically for a 7th and 8th seed, basically. Might have something to do with the matchings for the next DPC tour, or the entire full season in Division 2. But it is a $1,000 difference game. 8th place takes $22K, 7th place gets $23,000. So, it's a hefty amount of money. It's a nice paycheck to finish off the season. But you're not 5th place. You're not getting DPC points or top 3. Like we saw today, Outsiders, Navi, Team Spirit playing out for the DPC points. Very important ones in terms of going into TI, directly into TI, not having to play the regional finals. On the topic, Harry, do you see Pari Parni or Rune Eaters thriving in the East European TI qualifiers?
Yes. Yes.
That's a very clear yes. We'll go with
I
that.
think not. I think not. I think Eastern Europe has a lot of really good teams, and I think the Pari Parni and Rune Eaters are somewhere in the middle. And I just don't, you know, Bet Boom, even Mind Games that crush them right now. Hellraisers are coming in. Namiga are gonna be amazing
Namiga,
there.
yeah.
I'm, you know, I just don't see them being as strong as some of those teams. I can even see them losing to PuckChamp, to Cybercats could surprise them. There's a lot of Division 2 teams that I could see that have a solid chance against these two teams. And the top ones, I think, are just straight up better.
I like how you bring up Cybercats, because that is a team that was very intriguing at the start of this this third tour. Didn't they start off with a victory against like one of the top two teams? Did they take down PuckChamp, or did they beat Hellraisers with their
PuckChamp.
PuckChamp? Yeah, that was the one. That was a great start for the season for them. So yeah, that's one of the teams you should be keeping an eye open for in the East European qualifiers for sure. We're gonna see a scouting Zeus ulti, but it does also connect onto Hayes for some damage and takes down the puck. And Roshan, the timer is gonna be drumroll. That's a pretty long one. Won't actually help you with this puck kill, but maybe if they can find more. Cloud. That's a good target to go for. That's the Silver Edge. He's broken, but he's chains away as he's been charged by the Spirit Breaker. But what, they killed the Depressed Kid with the Chrono. Oh. That's
lucky. Go on.
No, go ahead.
Lucky for Pari Parni that it's not an early Roche with this kind of a play. Depressed Kid just literally threw away what they've been working for so far. They fought on the bottom lane to smoke towards the top, find the puck and kill him, and finally overtake the area they want to control. And now you can see that Depressed Kid is mad. Like, they were asking, what are you doing? I was pushing down the mid lane. Isn't it obvious? But that's just not the place that you want to be in while your team is hunting for more kills when the puck is dead.
40 seconds for the TA to come back alive, and there's still a full 100 seconds until Roshan is back in his pit. So we're going to be back to 5-5. That's also going to mean the Faceless Void will have Chrono up by the time Roshan is alive again. Doesn't really favor Pari Parni in that sense.
Right now, Pari Parni, though, need to be fighting. You need to fight very hard because there's no Chrono. You have the Golem, there is no Chrono, and you would like to win a fight around the top part of the map to deward what the Rune Eaters have placed. The Rune Eaters haven't taken down the sword of Pari Parni, so that is going to allow them to be a bit more aggressive.
A lot of damage, but nice Lotus Orb timing that will actually cancel the Nether Strike animation completely because it bashes the Spirit Breaker as well. Look at the coil on the back line, hitting on the Zeus and the Warlock. It's onto the supports. There's the Mystic Flare. He does not get to drop the base. The Golem will be left in the pocket of the Warlock, and Munkushi looks for Arrow, and he's chasing around. He tosses the tree for the kill. And with the BKB, this Tiny teleports back home. 2 for 1. 35 seconds for Roche to be up, and 30 seconds for the Chrono, and now Rune Eaters have the advantage.
I expected Pari Parni to go for a smoke. They have smokes, one on Zeus, one on the Warlock, but they just went in with that Spirit Breaker charge, and they went on the worst target, the Enchantress. You know, she has a 4-stab, the Lotus Orb comes out from Cloud, they save her, and at that point the fight is lost because Hayes has already caught your backline. This is why, you know, now Rune Eaters, after that fight one, they'll have the Chrono for the Roche fight, which puts Pari Parni at a disadvantage, something they could have avoided if they just approached this a bit more patiently.
See what comes out of this. Roshan has respawned, and Kaori will be the first to scout it out. There's going to be a shard to be picked up for somebody. Who is that lucky girl? Munkushi has an AC lined up. It's not on the Spirit Breaker, but it is on the team, so I'm liking it. I'm liking it. That's two out of 3 items I actually asked for Pari Parni to build, and they've gone for both. The Silver Edge, well, the Shadow Blade already was one of them, and we have the AC, so I'm a happy camper.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you, Panda. I thought it was not gonna, of course. I knew it wasn't gonna happen on the Spirit Breaker, but I'm glad at least someone got the AC. Right now, though, this is the second Roche, the most important objective for a TA lineup. And the press kid isn't even there. You're the TA. It's your lineup. You need that second Roche. And if they give it away, it's gonna take away all of the timings that Pari Parni are working towards.
And you got a hasted puck as well around the pit, so they're just going to have to forfeit this one completely. Kaori already scouting up in front as if they taken down this Roshan. Munkushi looks for the Enchantress. He's broken, and that will be the end of Bambi. That first attack might come out slowly for the break, but the ones to follow just instantly evaporate this Enchantress. Pasha should be able to TP away. Puck was pretty close there. If he was there a split second earlier, might have actually dropped the coil down. No guarantees if it would have actually connected, though.
Pari Parni's lineup is still very strong in terms of fighting, so, you know, they might not just be relying on this TA. Still, it does feel bad not getting that one. Depressed kid.
Nice dodge, actually, on the Chrono, because he's kind of getting away with this one.
Time to fight.
Silver Edge number 2 with the team. There's not a third one being built. Oh, doesn't see this one coming. That's the Aegis gone. Zeus ulti is still up as well. If they lock down, oh, nice charge to get the extra lockdown. They take down TA2000. That's so good for Pari Parni. Oh, that's a really good combo. Now Pasha really showing the power, and here we go. Kaori's down. Munkushi does have this puck right in front of him. And another attempted charge, but this Spirit Breaker isn't going to be following all the way towards the Timber Saw or the bottom lane. They're just going to keep on pushing. And with all of this attack speed, with all of this damage that they have, they're going to be taking racks right away. And Pari Parni, they see their time has finally arisen.
Yeah, and a perfect situation. You know, the second Aegis is our timing, so we allow the enemies to get it so that they feel comfortable fighting us so we can win the game. It's just amazing tactic coming out from Pari Parni, and because of it, they'll get the first lane of racks.
Are they going to go for the throne finish? No, I mean, they're trying to get the Dace's Void the buy back, but there's nothing happening. They're going to be losing another hero. Pari Parni, they could maybe even end the game here. They've got a creep wave closing in, though. They're going to back out for the time being. Puck is also looking for the creep wave to try and take it out as fast as possible. So no, we're not going to get too overly excited here. Spirit Breaker with 1,468 movement speed charges all the way to the bot lane.
Yeah, he gets the perfect item, the spider legs. You know, when you pick the Spirit Breaker, you're just begging the higher powers to just give you those spider legs, because they just give you so much damage output when it comes to your charge. And 9 Pasha, he does get it, so Rune leaders are definitely not having fun. So you got the Aegis, you missed the Chrono, and you just get absolutely destroyed. The TA2000 is not going to be feeling good about himself right now. And Pari Parni, you know, 30 to 40 minutes, that is their timing when they should be the strongest. And they you know, even though they weren't hitting the smaller timings in the start of the game, they hit the big one, and now it's time to continue increasing their lead until Rune Eaters can't fight you. And the TA2000, he only has defensive items, he has no damage.
Scouting ulti with the Thunder God's Wrath. Looking for any Rune Eater heroes in the vicinity.
Arrow is charged.
Charge camera is on. And locked.
He dead?
Nope. Cancelled again. Doesn't... Well, I mean, you're not going to dive a tier 2 tower, so I will forgive you for this one, Pasha.
I still think he would have gotten the kill and gotten out there. You know,
Potentially, yeah. I mean, that could have been the surprise element. They're not expecting that Spirit Breaker to go that deep. So, like, wait, he actually came in and killed him? Like, we need to react to this. But,
I guess
yeah.
it's important for them to win this game just to feel a bit better about themselves. Sure, you go down to Division 2, but at least you're gonna be winning the last series, so it might not feel as bad as losing it will.
Oh, we're gonna get ourselves a fight at least, and Zeus is locked down in the back line. Hexed up, does have the E-Blade to save himself. Kushi just getting right-click down. The Chrono coming down. Pasha can't fall off in a charge, but has the Nether Strike. Broken Faces Void, no bashes flying in for the time being. And there's the Mystic Flare. It's a bit of a scrappy fight because they're trading a lot of abilities, but finally taking
Zeus
down
is
the
dead.
Zeus. And Avalanche is coming in as well. Pasha with the charge onto the Enchantress. And Cloud is going to get the best out of this one. And finally, the Pressed Kid also shows up at the back line, but fighting against the Timbersaw. That's going to be a hard fight. They've taken down Monkushi. That's going to be going right in the direction of Arrow and TA2000 to help with this kill. That will leave Rune Eaters with all of their members alive, and Pari Parni will be losing 3. Maybe the Pressed Kids. Maybe a Silver Edge play. Snipe the Enchantress. Walking under a ward. Hexed up as well. And that's going to be so painful for the Pressed Kid. BKB Refraction charges up. And you got the 3 heroes that don't even have any right-click damage trying to take her down. So she just TPs all the way back home.
The Press Kid is literally not playing with his team. Is he like, okay, I'm leaving this team anyways because we're dropping down to Division 2, so I don't want to play with you anymore? Because this is like the 3rd time that he's not there in the fight. You could see that they were missing the damage on the side of Pari Parni, and when the Tiny and the TA are together, they just rip people apart, not to count the Zeus damage and, you know, the Fatal Bonds as well. But, you know, a couple of pies, the Pressed Kid just hasn't been part of it, and those are pretty much the reasons that they haven't been able to win them.
Well, we're now at the 40-minute mark, and we are 1,000 gold separating these two teams. They're going to try and kill the Faceless Void with a fresh Nullifier picked up on this TA. So she does pack a nice punch of 450 damage. That would be pretty much the equivalent of a headshot with a AWP to the head. That is the wrong game, though. But that's a lot of damage. I'll put it that way.
The Faceless Void doesn't have a face, so he's fine. Doesn't really care.
Good point. Good point.
So Rune Eaters decreased the lead. I would say that they now, with Pari Parni not being able to increase their lead or at least keep the 10k lead, that Rune Eaters have taken away all of the timings of Pari Parni. Of course, there is the Spirit Breaker still. It is a very nasty hero to play against, but I think inside of the Chrono, especially once the Butterfly is done, anyone should die on the side of Pari Parni. So as long as TA2000 doesn't whip any big Chronos, Rune Eaters should be able to take this game.
Whip or whiff?
Whiff.
Whiff. All right.
Did
I heard
I
you say if you whip a Chrono.
Okay.
I was like, that sounds like a good
I'm
thing.
sorry. I'm sorry if I said it.
It's all right.
I meant
It
to.
is over midnight already, so we'll be forgiven at this time of the day, time of the hour.
I guess this is not a good time to point out that it's not over midnight at my place still, so I don't have that as an excuse.
But hey, it is always Friday at California. Remember that. And hey, we're gonna look for Warlock. Gonna be immersion going down.
Where?
Well, that's a kill. If something, TH just basically one-shots Arrow. Classic Blink Meld Strike. It's a Wind Waker, by the way, that works for Pasha.
Ooh, cool. That is really good for him to remove the time dilation and get himself out. He does have the Axe already, so that's pretty nice. You know, I was expecting something like Yasha Kaya, but yeah, this I like a lot better. Of course, it is a very expensive item, so he's gonna take some time before he gets it. Pari Parni are not really eager to go for full 5-man fights, so you're probably gonna be looking at a very long game.
Yeah, I mean, at the current pace, this is gonna be a pretty long game by the looks of it. Hayes will find Zeus, and the heavenly jump doesn't quite lead him into heaven. Not literally, at least. He's gonna go all the way down.
The Chakram does, though.
What is Pasha doing? 1 meter charge. Doesn't go anywhere. He is scouting out TA2000. He's pinging him. They want to do something about him. Charge is ready.
It's not an easy kill.
He's not an easy kill, but they've shown that this Faceless Void can die.
They need to break him. He has the backtrack plus the butterfly. You're gonna be in so much trouble if you don't break him. You know, that's pretty much around 50% evasion. You know, so it's
Is the backtrack tied to any of his abilities? Or is it just like an extra ability that you gain, which doesn't actually show?
It is an extra ability, but from the last time I checked, it can be broken.
Right. Okay, so that's That's interesting, but the coil does connect onto Pasha, but the bulldoze will break it right away. Tiny gonna get initiated on here. Mokushi down to 1500 HP, and here comes T-2000 with a base is being dropped by Immersion. Gonna be stunning both of them up here, and Mokushi will turn around, but where is he? Man was out of the screen for a while, but they're going to be dropping the chrono onto 3. That's going to be Mokushi down. It's going to be Immersion falling as well, and Pasha tries to charge away. He goes, but he gets bashed. Wow. What a bash when he needed. Holy shit. TA2000. That's got to be quite the something. I mean, he was being slowed down. It looked like he was getting away. And TA2000, because he's playing a Faceless Void and he's using his jump, he's technically invulnerable for the time being, so he's not getting bashed by the charge, but he bashes the charger himself. And that's got to be the biggest alpha play you've seen in a while. They're going to be taking down Heaven. They will look to initiate on TA2000 with 3 buybacks, and they got the lockdown. And there we have it. We kind of went through this. They will take down the Faceless Void. If you extend a push that deep into the enemy base, they will respond. And that's a DDTA, who, by the way, hits for 600 damage now, so it's not even 450 at this point.
You mentioned the Faceless Void not being targeted by the charge there, but I think the Spirit Breaker already hit them with the Greater Bash. You can only hit the target once during your charge with the Greater Bash. So let's say you get hit by it, you TP on the other part of the map. If he goes through you, he's not gonna bash you again. That is pretty much what happened. I think the Faceless Void got bashed
that makes a lot of sense, because I thought that you could dodge it with the jump, but hey, that's another interaction. Parts 7,562 in the world of Dota. A lot of buybacks as they see that Roshan is being contested, so Rune Eaters, TA2000, Carry, they both buy back, so this next team fight might be either Mega Creeps or looking for a GG call, because both carries have their buybacks and cooldowns. So the ones who have it up, Rune Eaters has an advantage on that department. They've got the Puck, the Timber, the Sky, who are still able to return into a team fight, or at least hold the base.
If I was TA2000, I would actually consider buying an Aeon disc. Yes, there is a nullifier, but at least it's gonna allow you to pop a chrono no matter what they... Oh, actually, Avalanche plus the nullifier wouldn't allow you to do so.
There's
that
the
is a
Revenant
problem.
Sprooch that is being lined up for Haze.
Yeah, he's been gunning for it for a very long time.
He has, and we got the Butterfly in this game. Not for the Zeus, but the Faceless Void. So I guess every item I've actually named in this game is being built. So I'm not that disappointed anymore. I mean, they're on the wrong heroes, but it is something. Zeus has the attack speed from this Ethereal Blade, so at least they can do something fun with it. But hey, 5-man smoke on 5-man smoke. Is this the final fight of the game? Pasha is loading up his charge, and he's actually getting revealed. The smoke pops, and to the amazement of Rune Eaters, they're like, what the hell is this guy doing to our Centaur? Pasha charges in on Kaori, and Depressed Kid goes in for the break, and here we have it. They've got the chrono. TA is being controlled. Depressed Kid just not
doesn't have money for a
the
buyback.
Avalanche does a lot of work here, but the bash is coming in. The Hex is going to be followed up as well, and he's finally taken down. But the Void is also taken away. And they can just buy back with the TA. Pari Parni, if they can just outstand this fight, they might even end the game here, because this is really, really big for them at this point. And Rune Eaters, they got to play this very cautiously. Every misposition counts at this point right now. Haze is on the disengage, trying to get the hell out of there. Munkushi's alive, and only 1 buyback remains. So you can forget about the buyback advantage on Rune Eaters. This is looking like a Pari Parni game to me now.
And you can see that Munkushi is coming towards the mid lane. He wants to save the creeps. He doesn't want to allow the puck to cut the creep waves. That is the idea, though. He doesn't manage to do it, but the arrow is just dead.
Pickle, my grandmother. Munkushi takes down Arrow just like that. And that's the only hero who has a buyback available, and they might have to force it. Zeus has a double ulti with that refresher shard. They have to cheese up on the Zeus as well. This is turning into a pretty hairy situation. No pun intended, hairy freak, but they found Puck, and there's the Aeon Disc popping into the Hex of the TA right away. Oh, Haze in a world of hurt. Able to blink out the safety. He's buying some time, but this is where Pari Parni is like, forget about the Puck. Let's push, let's push, let's push.
They're trying to defend the creeps. That is the thing. They did use the glyph to save them once. Puck, if he cuts the next wave and they use the glyph to kill this one, they might just be able to hold out until the
Puck runs
Faces
weren't
Void
enough.
comes
It
back.
wasn't enough, and now they're actually going to jump at the temper, so tossing him all the way back to the back line. And
Lotus.
Cloud is down to 1,000 HP, but the Lotus is doing a lot of work. But is it enough against BKBs? No, it isn't, and they're going to end the game. They're going to go for the tier 4 towers. The glyph is going to be forced out, and Rune Eaters, oh boy. You don't have an edge in this game anymore. They've got the Skywrath control. Mokushi with another toss play, keeping the Skywrath busy. And here comes Pasha with the Spirit Breaker. Arrow does live inside the base, but the Ancient is falling. Down to 50 HP, down to 25% HP, and that's it. Pari Parni will win the game. Just with that, they forced out the buybacks off of Rune Eaters and now march inside the base and close this one out. It was a bit of a slugfest, but it turned out to be a pretty entertaining ending in the end.
Yep, the Faces Void had all of the defensive items, but he didn't have the main one, and that is the Lincoln Sphere against the Spirit Breaker. You know, if he gets caught, look at him. He had the backtrack, he had the butterfly, Satanic, Scotty, and he still could not survive the burst damage of Pari Parni. That is why, in the end, they lost this game. When Pasha can go into you and just push you away, keep you in place long enough for the press kid and Munkushi to do the damage, that is a problem. Faces Void, we saw what happens when he gets the chrono off. He can just rip people apart, but Pasha just uses the ulti while the chrono is up still, and he just prevents you from doing much. If you have the Lincolns there, he can't use it. You don't get broken, and your bashes actually end up killing the press kid, who at that point didn't have money for the buyback. He only got it because people on the side of Rune Eaters started dying. But I'm actually surprised that the Rune Eaters lost this game. Everything went their way in this game, despite not favoring their draft. They got all of the Roches. They were leading in the game. They weren't giving away kills to a Spirit Breaker. And they were getting everything they needed, and in the end they lose. You know, I'm thinking maybe a bit of change in the item choices, but TA 2000 really needed to be on point with the chronos. Pasha needed to die in those.
Yeah, and to top it all off as well, I mean, it wasn't the thanks to this hero, but this was a pretty influential hero in this game. The Zeus 59,000 hero damage in the game. I'm just going to have to tell you, Kips, that plus 4 Zeus is apparently a thing because it has been winning a lot of games lately. Oh, man. It just turns out to be a complete flip of the table. How the turns table, so to say. Rune Eaters drop the ball. Pari Parni finds a couple good openings for themselves. The Spirit Breaker, which was a bit of a funny pick in a sense. It's not a complete meme. It's still a viable hero. It worked out really nicely for them. Pasha played his heart out. And maybe they didn't have the best Spirit Breaker game. Obviously, pretty hard for him to execute. But as a whole, I think Pari Parni just understood these later parts of the game much better than Rune Eaters did.
Pasha had so much impact in this game. He gave vision during the early stages, and when he got an axe, he was such a big nuisance in the fights that Rune Eaters, you know, you kind of have to kill him, but you don't want to use the chrono on him. And in the end, you make a decision not to do it, and in the end it cost you the game. And it wasn't only that fight, it was multiple fights before that. And I think Pasha, the big understanding there is getting the shard, not for the Timbersaw himself, but inside of the chrono. If you break the Faces Void, his damage is just not gonna be that strong.
That means that Pari Parni is going to be taking 7th place. He's going to be the first seed for the up-and-coming year, the 22-23 season of the DPC. Who knows what it's going to be like back then? Neither do we. Rune Eater is going to be seed number 2, taking 8th place in the league. So Pari Parni earns himself another $1,000 more. We did not have an interview for this one because it was a tiebreaker seeding match, basically. That was the final one to close it out. And East European DPC is coming to an end at this point. So, without any long stretches towards the end, I want to thank all of you people who've been tuning in to the BTS channel, watching the East European Division 1 and Division 2. Don't forget Division 2. especially the ones who rarely watch it, it's a fun zone and it's a fun region. It's a fun group. So don't miss out on the action that's going to be coming up. There's going to be TI qualies, the regionals, especially for East Europe. They've got a couple hot teams. You said you don't want to count out Pari Parni and Rune Eaters. They're probably sitting in the middle grounds. We got the hot teams. We've got teams that might not make it into TI, but are going to be directly into TI, but are pretty close to getting those spots. I mean, if it isn't Outsiders, Navi, Team Spirit, Bet Boom, one of these teams most likely is going to be a fan favorite. Ultimately, out of all the teams, we have one move, and the rest of these three, plus you mentioned Amiga, and of course, Hellraisers, that are going to be teams that are really, you got to keep a keen eye open for those teams. So, there's still a lot of hot Dota coming up, but the DPC tour outside of the major basically comes to a close here. And it was T-Panda. Happy to be your play-by-play caster. And, of course, joining me was Harry Freak. Thanks for tuning into our productions as well. You know, it's been a hectic camera work every time from time to time as well. But we've had a lot of fun. I hope you guys have had a lot of fun as well. Harry, you have any final remarks before we close out the season?
This is the second time I'm asked that because we closed out the Division 2 yesterday.
I know.
But but you know, it was definitely a honor to work Division 1. Some of the games were really, really good. The ones that we casted, I enjoyed them quite a lot. These last 3 games that we casted, I was expecting a bit more from these teams. Now when I look at them, I can understand why these 3 are the bottom 3 in the league. They really didn't have a good season, but I still see a lot of these players as huge potentials. Maybe not all of them will be the in some top teams in the future, but I can see some of them definitely getting it to the top, and seeing some of them on the major would be amazing.
Well, with those words, you heard the man. We're going to leave the broadcast. We're going to be dropping it here. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in once again. And as usual, good night, everybody. Take care of yourselves and bet.